So today is my Saturday. It is the 20th day of my 30-day challenge. I can't believe I am 10 days away from finally finishing my 30-day health challenge. And on Saturday mornings, I go to the gym when I am here in town, because a lot of times I travel on the weekends to do different pop-up events around the state. But this Saturday, I'm heading off to the gym, which is Northside Athletics, and my personal fitness coach, his name is Matt Sadler, and I highly recommend him or any of the other coaches there at Northside Athletics. I'll be making sure to put the link below so you can check them out. So in case you're wondering where they're located, they are located in the old Party Palace location of that yellow famous castle. It was actually a private gym in there, and their rates are very affordable, especially with the one-on-one coaching. So I highly recommend them. So I just got back from the gym, and boy, am I exhausted. On my way back from heading back home after the gym, I was gonna go get another one of it's called Alpenglow smoothie at Summit Coffee with a scoop of matcha in it, but the lines were so long, and it's our busy Saturday. So today is April 20th, so my 20th day of my 30-day health challenge. And so I thought I would show you more about these Kenko smoothie mixes. And so the guy who started this company, this one's called Sunny Guava, he started it so he could consume 5 of his daily fruits and vegetables. And so on this one, this Sunny Guava, it will say actually on there what is in it, and it's freeze-dried fruit and vegetables. So this one's got 2.5 guava, slice of mango, slice of papaya, 1/5 of a banana, slice of sweet potato, 1/2 a carrot, slice of parsnip, 1/4 of a date, all organic, all the fiber, nothing else. And it says get glowing. Vitamin A for eyes, which I wear glasses, but I have since I was like 20. Immunity, vitamin C for skin and immunity, and gut-friendly fiber. And then on the back, it will show you, it's made out of compostable, that's why it's so loud, compostable material, but it contains 2.5 of my 5 a day. And so if I'm trying to consume my 5 recommended daily fruits and vegetables, then I need to have 2 of these at a time. So I'm gonna actually borrow Michael's Parks and Rec tumbler, mostly because it's tall, and I'm gonna make this with an immersion blender. There's even a QR code that tells you the facts of the nutrition facts of this specific packet. So I'm going to use one of this one, and they're really easy to use. You can put them in a blender, you can put them in a shaker bottle, whatever you want to do for that. And it's all freeze-dried fruits and vegetables, which we have a freeze dryer, but again, more time out of my busy schedule. And then this other one is called Rubies, and the layout is a little bit different on this one. And so this one says 7 raspberries, 1/4 sweet potato, 1/4 apple, 12 goji berries, slice of orange, 1 date, slice of pumpkin, slice of red pepper, 1 gram of maca, and all organic, all the fiber, nothing else. And then it has, maybe this is like a newer package, I'm not sure, but it's got like an eye and a puzzle on here. And it says balance, maca for stable mood, antioxidants for cognitive function, Lituin, no, I'm sorry if I'm totally butchering this word, for eye health. So anyways, you can go on their website, and I'll provide a link below to their website, and they have the subscription-based model, but I think you can buy them at Sam's Club. I know you can get them at Walmart, and you can get them maybe at Target, but we bought the 60 pack. So if I'm drinking these 2 a day, which I'm not, If I did drink 2 a day, it would make the whole month, and it would guarantee my 5 a day fruits and vegetables. So I'm putting our imperial matcha in here, and I have hardly any. So I'm essentially kind of simulating what I kind of would have gotten as far as nutrition goes from Summit, but the line was just too long. And then I had to come home and eat breakfast still. So I haven't started my, yeah, I know, 2 containers. I mean, that's a lot of matcha, but this is the good stuff. This is our first place winter matcha, and I just wanted to clear it out of my fridge at home. And I'm lactose intolerant, and so I'm gonna put almond milk in this. Michael usually uses almond milk. I don't know why. He's not lactose intolerant, but I'm maybe because I'm his older sister and I always get like an oat milk matcha from Bucko's, and so he's gotten used to it. And when he first moved back to Alaska, he wanted everything ice because in Idaho it is very hot there in the summertime. I lived there for 5 years for college, so I'm just going to use my immersion blender. Hopefully it doesn't explode. And the reason why I didn't put all the fluid in there right away is because freeze-dried has nothing else in it other than the fibers of that natural fruit or vegetable. Sometimes you don't mix up all the clumps of it. So I'm actually making kind of like a thick paste with everything right away, and then I'll dilute it and mix it again. So once it starts absorbing the oat milk, kind of looks gross, but it is kind of thick because of all the natural fiber in there. And now I'm going to dilute it to make it less thick. And I know the color isn't very appetizing, but I actually prefer using an immersion blender because I feel like I can get all the stuff from the bottom mixed up. Now it looks kind of like mud. I don't know if any of you have heard of that thing called mud water that has like some mushrooms and some other things in it. But what kind of smoothies do you guys drink at home to keep your nutrition up? I mean, your smoothies could literally just be plain fruit and vegetables. Or if you don't drink smoothies, are you consuming your 5 a day fruits and vegetables? So just think about that. And so I'm just going to top it off with more almond milk because I got to get my 32 ounces of liquid of some sort. So, man, that's a lot of almond milk. For me, I'm not counting calories. I just went to the gym. It was very exhausting. It was good. I was finishing off on the rowing machine and I had to row 1,000 meters at medium speed within 5 minutes. I mean, I didn't have to, but that's what Matt wanted me to do based on the program that he has me in, which he's monitoring all the time. And so for me, looking at the numbers is extremely discouraging. So I don't feel like it's going fast enough. That's just my personality. Like, the numbers aren't counting down fast enough. I'm not gonna make it within 5 minutes. So I literally, again, mindset practices, I have to close my eyes. And so I was just counting the rows. 1, 2, like breathing, having a pattern. And then when I got to 50, I peeked open and I was like, oh, wow, I, rode 1,000 meters, not in 5 minutes like I was supposed to try to get. It was a goal, right? But I pushed myself very hard. It's just my personality. I made it within 3 minutes. And so I was exhausted. I didn't know if I had to rest and like do another row for another 1,000 meters, but thank goodness it wasn't, because it was a long session, an hour session of like arm workouts, and also like working my legs too. So last Saturday, I actually tweaked something or triggered something in my hip, which I am very short. I'm 4'9", so I have very short legs. So I have a hard time driving. all the time. Even in our F-250, which I mentioned before, which is actually easier for me to drive than our Honda Element and Yaris because the pedal adjusts. And so what I noticed and learned today from Matt, which makes sense because it's just another person's perspective hearing it, was my right glute was not as tired as my left glute on one of my hip thrust exercises. And usually when I'm having that triggering issue with misalignment, which I discovered at my chiropractor, is on my right side, and so it's painful for me to sleep. So all this week until yesterday, I actually sleep on my hand to manually adjust my hip while I'm sleeping. I actually have wedges that help me align my hip at night when I sleep, so I don't have to get adjusted at the chiropractor. I'd rather not. And my chiropractor, he knows that I understand physiology. So he's like, why don't you just save money, buy this, let's not get you realigned. You know how to prevent things from happening. You understand physiology. So here are the resources. You don't have to come in all the time to get adjusted, which I don't want to. I don't have insurance or anything like that. And it eats up my time. So Matt noticed that my left glute, like I was saying, was like really, really sore. And I thought maybe I was doing my exercise wrong, but really my right glute was less sore because that's the one I'm always shifting when I'm driving, my driving foot. In college, I started having some hip problems, and probably because I'm so short and I had a manual Toyota 4Runner, so I'd be like shifting, pushing really hard for the clutch, and then like I'd shift again because I'm just so short. I sit on pillows and all those things. So there's not a lot of vehicles for short people. Let me know if you're one of those people who might have noticed that you have hip problems because of your driving and how you sit in your seat. So after the gym, I was like, I'm gonna reward myself with a smoothie. So here I am. I got my own matcha smoothie. It was our ceremonial matcha, so it's a pretty expensive matcha. See how it doesn't mix all the way down there? I can put water in it later. So in those smoothie mixes, you can pick all different kinds. That's just what I picked today. I don't prefer the chocolate mint one. I think it's kind of strange. Maybe that one's better for like nighttime with milk or something like that. But I feel it's very different tasting. Not to my palate. It does not remind me of the Northern Serenity. It's very different. So that was actually the first one I picked up, and I was like, nope, I'm gonna put it back in the box. Michael can have that one. And then for breakfast, I haven't had my bee pollen yet, but I'm going to have a little bit. I'm like slowly eating the bee pollen. I notice when I'm going outside or I have the windows rolled down, I am not getting allergy symptoms at all driving around. It's literally fresh air when I go outside and I walk around. So it's gotta be something about like the pet dander or dust that's built up, or like I said, mold in my windows. And then I'm having leftovers from last night. Last night we ate out. It was a very long night last night at the tea house. We were moving 2 55-gallon drums of honey because we had to change out the honey barrels. So just to help you understand, we're an award-winning tea company, but we also sell Alaskan raw honey, and we move through a barrel a month. And now that we're stocking up for all of these tour companies for wholesale, and we're the main honey wholesaler throughout the whole state of Alaska. Each of those drums weighs 750 pounds. We had to get them out of our Connex, load them into our trailer, which like our whole driveway has all sorts of snow that has not been shoveled or cleared, so that was a struggle. And then getting it into the tea house and loading it on the barrel to like warm it up, because there's nothing wrong with honey freezing. It's still raw. It doesn't go bad. That's the nice thing about raw honey, is that it's always good. It's antimicrobial, and so it's just stored, and it, you know, if it gets crystallized, we just warm it up slowly at a temperature that doesn't denature the enzymes. So that way it's still raw and still potent for its benefits. Because the reason why people eat honey is because, yes, it's a healthier sugar alternative, but it's because of the enzymes that are in the honey. And of course, also you have like the plant parts in there too. So that helps fight allergies, and that's why bee pollen is going to be 10 times more potent than liquid honey is. And we've been selling a lot of bee pollen also. I also got to take my multivitamin. Again, I bought this off of Amazon. And I just take one a day of this. But yeah, last night we went to Taco Azteca. I think that's what it's called, or Mayan Palace. It's like 2 Mexican restaurants in one, but it's the same owner. And they are so fast. So we get, our vehicles are all serviced at Midas, and we forgot our hitch, and it was on my dad's truck that's at Midas right now. It's the backup truck. So my dad, unfortunately, had an accident with his bumper or something like that in a parking lot. So he's asking for his backup truck. So we took it to Midas for him because it has some 4-wheel drive issues or something. It's very old. It's a 1990, just like our 4Runner. It's really old. It's 1990. And so we're like, oh no, the hitch to pull the trailer for all the honey is at Midas. So when we went to go grab the hitch off the truck, we're like, let's just go to Taco Azteca, or I think that's what it's called. Because they literally get, like, of course, chips and salsa are out right away. But then their food's ready like in 10 minutes. So even if with a full restaurant, they have really fast, friendly service. So I knew it'd be enough food for breakfast today. So that's what I'm having today, is not sausage, egg, and broccoli and cheese, but my leftover enchilada, rice and beans mix. And then after this, I'm gonna take a bath. So for me, doing this video right now is actually very relaxing because it's actually some headspace for myself. If you're hearing like this crunch, crunch, crunch in the background, I gave all the dogs these Himalayan yak cheese sticks just to distract them. Otherwise they'd be like walking up to me the whole time. But it's very hard, and I don't know if you understand or go through this too or can relate. It's really hard to have space for myself because either I'm not making space for myself because I'm busy working, or I just can't get away because my family is with me all the time. I work with my family, we carpool, now that we are more in the center of town, so the tea house is further away. We do everything together. And we have a tiny house, so it's not like we have a lot of space to ourselves. And then time-wise, we just don't have enough hours in the day to like sit down and relax. So one thing that I've noticed is procrastination. Really, like, I grew up procrastinating all the time, right? That typical teenager, my mom's like, you need to stop procrastinating. You got to get your stuff done right away. You got to do your homework right away. Now that I'm older, I feel like there's just a larger load of responsibility. And so when I procrastinate or consider procrastinating, it gets in my headspace. It's just more energy to go, oh yeah, I gotta do that thing. Just get it over with. So if you're a person like me who has a hard time, getting space for themselves every day, just like quiet space, I highly recommend that you go to bed earlier and maybe get off of your Candy Crush game or whatever movie you're watching, so you can actually have a good night's rest that will be better than relaxing with playing on your phone or, watching a movie. I'm not saying don't do that every now and then, but think about, are you having a good enough rest to be able to get up earlier in the morning to give yourself space? That's what I'm considering for myself. However, we have an extremely small home. We don't live in a tiny home, but it's a very small home. It's only one level loft house, and there's 3 of us in here. So even having that space might not be early in the morning for us, but I went to the gym without the rest of my family, and then you guys got to see the castle. That's Northside Athletics. I'll put a link below to their website if you're interested in looking for a certified strength and conditioning specialist, and that's what he is. He's more of a coach than a trainer. But some people, it doesn't matter which way you use it. but he is highly specialized in strength and conditioning and nutrition and physiology. So if you're interested in joining that, private gym, and when I say private gym, it's because he likes to have contact with every person, or all the other specialists in there, because there's 2 female specialists also in there. They're there to be coaching you the whole time, not just like giving you some exercise and there you go, or, you just use whatever equipment in the gym. It's very set and specialized to your unique situation. So anyways, I've got a bunch of tea parties about to happen. I got to get in the bath and get ready for work today. And even though a bath might take longer, I just need that headspace of quiet peace and relaxation. So think about how you're going to squeeze it in every day. But tomorrow is even going to be a bigger day with a 30-person fundraising tea party for the Mommy and Me Princess Tea. So it's going to be a good weekend, I think. It's going to be a very powerful, very energetic one. I'm glad I got exercise this morning. So I encourage all of you to think about your daily routine, your food intake. Don't put yourself on starvation mode. Your exercise, your quiet space, your head space. Is it allowing yourself to process all of the stressors that are in your life? I'm not saying your life is stressful, but things happen, and so there are stressors of how your body reacts. So I'll see you guys soon.